Okay. So I'm randomly interested in PFAS and forever chemicals. Um, Mainly because I follow this company called Alonia, and the CEO Alonia is Nicole Richards. Let's see. Nicole Richards is the CEO of Alonia. She holds the title of founder. Alonia, a biotechnology company focused on environmental solutions, was launched in October 2020 as a spin-off from Ginkgo Bioworks. Nicole Richards joined as CEO at the company's inception. I follow her on LinkedIn, and she kind of synchronizes and synthesizes information in a great way about PFAS, um, and what it is, why it's a problem, but also not just PFAS. Like the whole thing is finding solutions to mostly environmental problems, but leaning into how nature heals itself and using technology to speed up the healing process, the natural healing process. And they've started to do that with PFAS. And I'm sure they have a lot of competitors, hopefully, a lot of healthy competition. Um, let's see if there's any I could find here. Clean Harbors Remediation Technologies, Provectus Environmental, Innovative Earth Solutions, um, Savannah River Remediation, Myco, Biofilter Systems. There's a lot of competition, so there's a lot of companies doing good work. But I was reading about it and researching, and to the EPA's credit, they finalized enforceable national drinking water limits for 6 PFAS compounds in 2024, including the most notorious ones, PFOA and PFOS, which are now capped at uh, for PPT, which I don't even really know what that means, but basically a cap. And the problem with that is they have until 2031 to meet the standards. So it's like 6 more years of exposure for so many communities. Um, but I wanted to dive deeper, so I wrote an article about it. So just so I can personally learn and like solutions exist. Alonia is one of the solutions. Um, and I mean, let's look at the problems. Tiny amounts, big health risks, even at extremely low concentrations, measured in parts per trillion. That's that PPT. PFAS are linked to serious health problems, according to the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, and a 2022 report by the National Academies of Sciences. There's a strong or suggestive evidence connecting PFAS exposure to kidney and testicular cancer, immune system suppression, including reduced vaccine effectiveness in children, increased cholesterol, liver damage, high blood pressure during pregnancy, lower birth weights, thyroid disease, developmental issues in infants. It's all connected to these forever chemicals that are in our food and in our bodies. They're in all of our bodies right now, pretty much. We've already ingested them just by the amount of um, PFAS there is in the environment. But why are they called forever chemicals in the first place? They're designed to be incredibly durable, like in so they don't break down naturally in the environment or the human body. Um, they're found in like a lot of, let's see, what are some of the common? They're used in products like non-stick cookware a lot, and water repellent clothing, food packaging, firefighting foam. So all of this is meant to like last for a long time, where we like, not break down, and it's a great innovation. Um, but this is what it's led to. Sometimes that happens. I think we've seen it with oil. How it's such a great innovation to fuel all of our cars and our equipment. Um, but the damage that that does on our environment is something that we have to account for as well. Over time, we've used it so much that it's starting to do damage, and there needs to be some type of balance there, in my humble opinion. Um, so things you can do right now: uh, advocate for companies like Alonia, talk to your local representatives, um, ask how your city or utility plans to meet the EPA's drinking water standards. Are they actively treating PFAS with current technology, or waiting until the deadline? Push for the adoption of technologies like SAF. That's Alonia's product. That's pretty innovative and cost effective um, in destroying PFAS. Um, Other things you can do is use resources like the USA Today's PFAS contamination map. Uh, this is something that shows where PFAS is kind of located. So you can use a map and see if your area, I'm in San Diego, um, see if your area is contaminated. It looks like Oceanside has a little bit, Camp Pendleton has a little bit of PFAS detected. Population served 42,000. Encinitas, San Diego, WD, Santa Fe ID, and then it looks, I see some red right here. Rancho California Water District and Temecula. Action may be required. So you can see there's different levels, but anyways, it's another helpful resource. Um, and support the innovation of companies like Alonia. Advocate for them. Why aren't they? Why aren't they using it? Why isn't the government funding it? Um, so it's not just a chemistry problem. It sounds boring. It's also a systems problem. So let me know what you think about it. I'm definitely not an expert, but thanks for listening.